Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg with us. General, you've been fearing about this for some time, and that the collapse of Afghanistan revealed our vulnerabilities. You still feel that way?
Oh, yeah. First of all, Neil, thanks for having me today. I really appreciate it. Look, you're looking at a cascade of calamities due to really moronic advice and, frankly, imbecilic decision-making. Look, the president today talked about a decisive decade, and it's going to be that way because what we did in Afghanistan or didn't do in Afghanistan, what the president created, when you look at it, if you looked at a map, he created a mega terror state. If you look at it now to the west, you've got Iran, which has got the largest missile fleet, offensive missile fleet in the Middle East, supports Hezbollah, supports Hamas, which are two terrorist organizations. They're a state sponsor of terrorism. A contiguous border with Afghanistan, which is an ungoverned state now, which has al-Qaeda in there, which has ISIS in there. And by the way, probably the most moderate guy they had in the government, Mullah Baradar, who we worked with, was run out of town just recently and sent back to Kandahar because of a gunfight actually happened in the capital. And the Haqqani network, which is a terrorist network, took over. And then you look to the east and you've got Pakistan, a state that is very questionable on its leadership, which has got nuclear weapons. So, you know, there was a great cartoon character called Pogo. He said, "We have met the enemy and he is us." Yep, we did that to ourselves. And I think over the next decade, or even less than that, we're going to continually look back in this part of the world and know that terrorists are going to come out of that area. Look, just to compound this, though, Neil, we just irritated probably our oldest ally, the French. And the French have been very, very close to us in counterterrorism. They also been carrying the water in countering terrorism in Africa.
You're talking about that Australia, UK, US defense pact, right?
Yeah, and by the way, that was probably a good move in us selling nuclear subs to, or getting nuclear subs to Australians. But there's a way you do it. You don't insult the French and Macron, who pulled their ambassador. That's the first time they've ever pulled an ambassador from the United States of America, their oldest ally. And yet they were the biggest fighters for us in Africa with al-Shabaab, which we talked about, or al-Qaeda in Africa. They were the ones carrying the water. They were doing the fighting. We supported them, but they were doing the heavy lifting. So when you look at what we've done, we've kind of done it to ourselves, and I think we have to look at it. I know we've got the Russians on one hand and the Chinese on the other, but terrorism is going to be out there, and we kind of set ourselves up for a continuing trouble in the Middle East by creating this mega state, this mega terror state.
General, real quick, with about 20 seconds here, you know, the Defense Department is going to investigate, yet again, the Pentagon, the drone strike that killed 10 people, including 7 kids. Do you have confidence in that investigation?
Well, yes, I hope they do investigate it because it was clearly an error, and they're going to have to find out who did it from the criteria, the shoot criteria, what caused that, and who authorized the shoot. You know, simply put, Neil, why didn't they wait till that vehicle had left the compound before it shot? Nobody knows. So we need to investigate.
We don't know. You're right, sir. Thank you for